When the moon is in the seventh house. Hey, Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. I'm just sitting here humming the song from, the song Age of Aquarius from the musical Hair. I'm sitting here looking at a piece of my jewelry. You guys know I love jewelry. I collect it nonstop. And this is a very interesting cross. It's part of the Jean Dixon jewelry collection. It's the Aquarius cross. And Jean Dixon was a famous astrologer from the 1960s up through the 1980s, 90s. And she came out of the line of jewelry by Hattie Carnegie. And this is actually a sign piece. But this is really cool because back in the 70s, this is when this one came out. And these little pendants here change color. They're mood discs. And so when you wear the pendant, it changes color. Now, I don't have it on right now, so it's just brown. But this was all the rage back in the 70s, astrology jewelry. And so this is a little piece of history here. And this is one of the pieces I bought. I bought out a bunch of jewelry from Jean Dixon's estate. And this was one of the pieces that I bought from her. I just love it. So anyways, I'm wearing my Jean Dixon Zodiac cross. It's the Aquarius cross because today is the Zodiac. By the way, I'm wearing also, how do you like my shirt? I wear this every Monday. This is my Aquarius t-shirt. And Aquarius sign is the water bearer. See, and so we got the water bearer pouring water. And it's also on my cross symbol. So here's a guy pouring water. So I'm in my Aquarius mode. And I tell you, I'm going to have some Aquarian energy this week. You know, Aquarian energy tends to be a little transcendent, and I'm thankful for that because I was looking at all the alignments this week, and Sick Bob doesn't ever want to lie to you. I got to tell you how it is. This week's going to be maybe a little bit challenging in the astrology, and I'll explain that here in just a minute to you. But before we get in this, you know what? We got to put up our big Zodiac wheel. So here's our big wheel. We're going to spin around it today. Check it out. Have you guys ever noticed when you want to do something spiritual that your dogs or cats or pets want to get involved? Well, no change here. Look at this. Little Grizzly had to come in and get in the video. He wanted up here. So you're going to say hi to everybody over there. Yeah, say hi. Say hello, boo-boos. Say hello. That's my little buddy. I'm so glad he's here. All right, you got to go down. We got to do horoscopes. We're going to find out about your birthday. I forgot to ask your owners, but we'll call them out. We're going to find out what Grizzly's horoscope sign is. Anyways. Well, we're going to go around our Zodiac wheel that I showed you. Now, today's horoscopes and information is for Monday, July 23rd, 2018 through Sunday, July 29th, 2018. So that's our time frame for this. And, as I said earlier, I got to be honest. We got some challenging transits this week. I'm not going to lie. Don't panic, okay? Now, I always say the stars do not dominate and control us. They are influences. And today, we're going to talk about that. Now, let me tell you what we got going on here. Right now, by the way, our sun just last week moved over into Leo. It was on the 20th. What day are we? Is today 23rd? Oh, it is 23rd. Today. Think about to know what day it is. Yes, our sun just moved into Leo today. Today is the beginning of Leo. And we're going to be in Leo from July 23rd to August 22nd. So, yay, happy birthday to our Leos. Leo is a wonderful fire sign. It's power. I have Leo as my rising sign in my chart. So, I have a lot of Leo connections. So, happy birthday to the Leos. All right, well, let's talk about what's going on. Well, the major concern that I have this week, and we'll get into all the transits. By the way, for the new people, let me kind of explain how we do this. First, what we do is we're going to go through every day by day. We're going to look at the major transits that are going on. Basically, what's in the stars that's influencing all of us. And then after that, we're going to go spin around our big zodiac wheel that I showed you. And we're going to give horoscopes for all 12 zodiac signs. So definitely stay with us. We're covering a lot of information, okay? As I said, today our sun is in Leo, and our moon today is in Sagittarius, which is it's both fire energy. So today's a high power day. However, the concern that I have is that all week long we have two transits that are not leaving us. One is the sun is in opposition to Mars. And when a planet is in opposition from each other, it's considered a challenging aspect. So the sun in opposition to Mars means that spotlight is on kind of Martian energy, which can be a little fiery, sometimes warlike, a little aggressive. So you got to be really careful this week because people may be really hypersensitive. When the moon is in opposition to Mars, it's enough challenge, but usually that passes quickly. But our sun is in opposition to Mars every day this week. We also have in conjunction with that, not in conjunction, that's a whole nother thing, but our sun is square Uranus. And that's another thing. The sun and the moon are what we call the illuminators of the zodiac. Whatever they spotlight on, it's got to be paid attention to. It's kind of intensified. The sun square Uranus. Uranus is the planet that brings breakthrough, sudden insights. In its negative aspect, and sun being square is a negative aspect, it brings extremes of behavior. It brings people who act in irrational manners. It can bring revolution, like in the negative sense of violence and extremism. And I'm a little concerned because from a world perspective, we may see some sort of, dare I say, dramatic situation occur this week. Could be an outbreak of a war or, maybe, God forbid, a terrorist act. But sun in opposition to Mars with the same time sun square Uranus is a very challenging aspect. On an individual scale, what it means is that this week, all of you, and myself included, we got to be very careful how we approach people. This is not really a week where you can kind of be off the cuff and zany because these transits can really open up a lot of problems. So be very, very sensitive with your words. Speak less, than normal. Try to stay quiet as much as you can and don't step on toes or get in people's ways. Okay. Now, that being said, it's not the end of the world. Now, let me tell you what else is going on. Now, those two transits, the sun opposition Mars and sun square Uranus, are every day this week. But today we've got, as I said, our moon in Sagittarius, which is fire energy. It's giving you inspiration. However, our Venus is in opposition to Neptune. Again, opposition is challenging. This means that it may be hard to get a read on people. It may be hard to get a feel for, how are we getting along? Okay, we also have Mars square Uranus. Again, this is another challenging aspect. And Jupiter, though, is trine Neptune. What all this adds up to is, particularly today on Monday, just stay within, trust your inner vision. The outer world's going to be a little oversensitive, a little wonky, a little overstimulated, and not in a positive way. And so Jupiter trine Neptune is really our saving grace. It means go within. You have a wealth of inner wisdom, and you got to trust your inner voice rather than the outer world. Okay. Now, going into Tuesday, 7/24, July 24th, we have our moon still in Sagittarius. It's fire energy. We still also, as I said, sun opposition to Mars, and our sun is square Uranus. Again, that's what this all week. Our moon is square Neptune. And Venus, though, is trine Pluto. What all this means is on Tuesday, focus on long-term goals and long-term relationships. In the immediate, as I said, it's going to be a little challenging literally every day this week dealing with people. So luckily, that Venus trine Pluto gives us energy to focus on getting beyond the moment and working on longer-term goals, particularly in relationships, okay? So that's what you want to focus on Tuesday. Now, going into Wednesday, which is the 25th of July, our moon moves over to Capricorn. Now, that's a wonderful thing because Capricorn brings grounding earth energy. That's probably our saving grace that day. Well, actually, we have some other good things. We have Jupiter trine Neptune that day, which really heightens the gifts of psychic insight and intuition. And Saturn is trine Uranus, which means, as I said, Uranus has a favorable, in its favorable aspect, really promotes breakthrough and insight. Saturn trine Uranus brings out our wisdom, our inner thoughts, and gets us seeing things clearly. What this world means, though, because we still have our sun in opposition to Mars, our sun square Uranus, still the outer world's going to be a little chaotic, oversensitive. So what you want to focus on Wednesday is look to past experiences for your insight. Okay, Saturn trine Uranus is like the wisdom, the collected wisdom. We have breakthrough, but it's wisdom of the past, not so much wisdom of the moment. So look into the past on Wednesday and try to think about, how did I handle this before? What experience did I have with these people or this situation? You're going to be just fine, okay? Now, going into Thursday, which is July the 26th, our moon moves over into Capricorn. Our moon is still in Capricorn, which is Earth energy. And then we've got moon trine Venus and Mars square Uranus. Now, remember, we still have our sun in opposition to Mars and sun square Uranus. What all that means is that you can't BS, okay? No playing games, no lying. Sincerity is what will bring the breakthrough, okay? Mars square Uranus means, look out, people are not in the mood to play games. But that moon trine Venus means, from your inner wisdom, your heart, if you operate from that in a sincere, clear way, don't be fake, be true to yourself. Don't BS anybody. You're going to get through just fine. But people won't play games, so don't, go into Thursday with true clarity of heart and sincerity of mind and spirit. That's how you're going to get through, okay? Now, going into Friday, the 27th of July, we still have our moon in Capricorn. Again, that's Earth energy. We've got Venus in opposition to Neptune that day. That means, again, it's going to be hard to get a feel for how people are perceiving you and how you're perceiving them. It's going to be a little hard to know how you're feeling about that. We've got Mars square Uranus again, that's a challenging aspect. It means don't play games with people. It's not going to work for you. We still also on that day have sun in opposition to Mars and sun square Uranus. I think of all of these, Friday is probably one of our most challenging days of the week. What is our saving grace that day is that the moon is in Capricorn. And what that means is that's Earth energy. And on Friday, don't try to resolve conflicts with people. It'll just escalate. Just stay to yourself. If you can take a private day on Friday and get out of the office, get away from work, I really recommend it. What you want to focus on Friday is simple material pleasures. Keep it simple. People are complex, so just go shopping. I literally mean that. Go shopping. Treat yourself to some luxury. Have some food. Don't get into heavy discussions, okay? Now, going into Saturday, I like Saturday because our moon is moving over into Aquarius. I'm in Aquarius. Hey, we got air power. That's going to stimulate openness of mind, openness of communication. We also have on Saturday our sun in opposition to the moon, which actually means that's the full moon, okay? So that's not a negative aspect. That's actually positive. But our full moon is going to be in Aquarius on Saturday. We still have those challenging aspects of sun opposition to Mars and sun square Uranus. Again, be very careful how you act with people. We've got Mars square Venus, and that means people are going to be so hypersensitive. Between Mars square Uranus, that also does mean, similar to Venus, people are going to be oversensitive. You can't play around. They're not going to get your zaniness. So with that Aquarian energy, there's going to be you're going to be inspired to talk and joke and be gregarious. Don't. Keep a tight lid on it. Tighten your lip. Button your lip, as they say. Don't be zany. Don't let zaniness overtake you. You got to focus on being grounded. And that's going to be a little challenging on Saturday because of that energy, okay? Now, going into Sunday, let's see, we still have our moon in Aquarius, okay? And we've got Jupiter trine Neptune and Saturn trine Uranus. Again, what this all means is let logic lead, okay? That Aquarian moon is going to make you want to chat, because Aquarians love to talk. Button the lip, let logic lead, speak minimally, okay? Because, again, we still have our sun in opposition to Mars and our sun square Uranus. So, guys, I can't lie. It's going to be a challenging week getting through with people. But if you can kind of follow what we've outlined here, you'll be okay. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just know it. I always say better to know than to not know, okay? Now, we're going to spin around our big zodiac wheel and talk about what's in the stars for each of you personally, okay? So everybody listening, listen up. You are going to get your own personal horoscope for this week. Now, If you're saying, Psychic Bob, I don't know what sign I am, that's okay. I'm going to give the birth dates after each sign. Just listen up. And if you're somebody who's saying, well, Psychic Bob, I don't know what to believe because in your horoscopes, I'm an Aries, and according to somebody else's horoscope, I'm a Taurus. I'm a cusp. What do I do? Don't let that stress you out either. That means you get twice the amount of knowledge. You get 2 horoscopes. So cusp babies really get double luck. So you listen to both of them. You'll figure out which one resonates with you more. And sometimes it'll go back and forth week to week. You'll be like, I'm more of an Aries this week I'm more of a Taurus. Don't let it stress you. You get the blessing and the power of both signs, okay? Now, I also got a recent letter. Somebody said, Psychic Bob, does this also apply to our moon signs? Actually, yes. Many times your rising sign or your moon sign can also be looked at through the scope of these horoscopes. So if you say, well, Bob, I'm an Aries sun sign, but I'm a Taurus moon sign, listen to both of those, okay? Or if you're an Aries sun sign and a Sagittarius moon, it doesn't necessarily fall in direct alignment, but listen to both of those, okay? All right, now that being said, we're going to jump into it, so come on along. All right, our first sign on our zodiac wheel today is Aries, and that's March 21st to April 19th. Aries, this week for you, it's all about connectivity with people. Aries will find in the work area that they're going to get a lot further if they speak from the heart. They try to connect to people one-on-one. This is not a week for Aries necessarily to do big group presentations. It's more on the down low one-on-one, okay? In the area of relationships, same thing. Don't try to be a big social butterfly this week. Just keep small gatherings. If you have people to your house, make it 2 or 3, not 20, okay? Keep it slow. Keep it simple. Speak from the heart. You're going to rock it, Aries. Also highlighted for Aries this week are issues connected to transportation. So if you've been wanting to look at a new car, a new boat, or if you're lucky enough, a new airplane, private jet, Gulfstream, do that this week. Be open to that, okay? Your key word this week, Aries, is relationships. Focus on that, relationships. All right, our next sign, Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Taurus, everybody around you right now is talking about the future. You're going to see in work, everybody's like, well, what's our next big project? Are we going to get this contract? Are we going to do this? Don't jump into that because you're going to find that most people don't have clarity to know what's going on. Your power this week, particularly in work, is bringing up the past. Tell people what you know, what has been successful. Tell them what you know has worked. Tried, tested, and true is what you want to focus on this week. Okay? Same thing in relationships. You may find in your personal relationships that, you may have a partner, particularly romantic, who wants to talk about the future. Are we getting married? Are we going to move? Are we going to do this? Sit back and reflect with them on the joy of your relationship this far. Build that base again, that grounding. And then next week, you'll be in a better place to talk about the future. But really focus on past issues with them as well, okay? Also highlighted for Taurus this week are issues connected to cooking. So maybe you want to explore your culinary side. You might say, Psychic Bob, I don't cook. Well, this week, get a cookbook and experiment. Taurus has energy in their sign for that, okay? Your key word this week, Taurus, is past. Focus on the past. All right, our next side, Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. Geminis, this week is a little challenging. As I've said, particularly as an air sign, you want to communicate with people, but this is not a good week for you to be a social butterfly. You may even be challenged in one-on-one relationships. Gemini, this week you want to focus on you. Focus, be it all about what you're thinking, what you're feeling. You may even withdraw from the outer world. This would be a very good week for Geminis to kind of have a vacation week if you can, or just have a few days off if you can. You're going to find also in relationships that the challenge this week is that people are going to be all over the place and wanting you to jump from topic to topic. Don't get tangled into that. Try to narrow down their focus and stay on one thing and focus on one thing, because if you try to do everything, it's going to be a mess, okay? So as a communicator, you're a natural communicator, but this week you're not going to get to express your communication skills as much as you'd like. It's going to be a little quieter of a week, but that's good. Focus on your inner wisdom, your inner sight. So, it's interesting. Also highlighted here for you guys are issues connected to psychic development. So go within, focus on channeling rather than outer world success right now. Okay, you're going to get through. Your keyword this week is focus. All right. Our next sign is Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. You know, Cancers, I've always said it, you're one of the most psychic signs of the Zodiac. And that puts you very in touch with your inner world, your inner emotions. This is where you want to operate from this week. In business, don't be swayed by, glitz and glamour. People may offer you the world in terms of we're saying, oh, we're giving you a promotion, we're giving you this, look at this fancy desk and office. Don't get too wrapped up in that. Think about your relationships, how you're connecting with people. If you want to move ahead this week, you don't want to try to impress and wow people with numbers and figures. Speak from the heart. Speak from what you feel your calling is, and that's going to put you ahead in the workplace. Same thing in personal relationships. People don't want to know what you know. They want to know that you care. So this week, Cancer, with all your conversations, try to reach out and be present for people and see what emotional needs they have. That's going to make you a star, and you're going to get through what would have normally been a really challenging week just fine. Also highlighted for Cancers this week are issues connected to writing, particularly like letter writing. How many of you sat down and hand wrote a letter to somebody? You might want to explore that. Your keyword this week, Cancer, is sincerity. Speak from the heart, sincerity. Okay, wonderful. Excuse me, second Bob's losing his voice. You know, guys, I have to tell you, I'm still having throat problems since the fire. Not too bad, but just a little bit. So bear with me here. By the way, if you guys didn't see last night, we had the witching hour, so definitely check that out. All right, our next sign is Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. Leo, you are in power seat this week. The reason why is that people are not seeing things clearly, and you will be sought out, particularly in work, for your wisdom, your insight. Try to look at things in the bigger picture. Look at the past, look at the present, look at the future, and then put together your view. People may pressure you right now, work like give us instant, hold them off and say, let me reflect on this, let me look at it. And then when you share your wisdom, they're going to receive it. In the area of personal relationships, Leo, you may also feel a little pressured this week by people wanting everything now. Tell me if we're going into this place. Tell me what we're doing. Are we going to the grocery store? Now. Tell everybody to take a chill pill, and you do things at a slower pace. Don't let anybody rush you because you know that saying, haste makes waste. That applies to you. So no matter what you're doing, whether a work task or a home task, take your time, make everybody wait. They'll wait for you, trust me, because you're the person in power this week. Okay. Also highlighted for Leos this week are issues connected to music, particularly like music appreciation. So you might want to get out and go to a concert or a recital of some sort. Your key word this week, Leo, is insight. All right, our next sign is Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Oh, Virgos, you know what? You all work awful hard. Virgos are so methodical. They get everything done in half the time of most people, and it's always perfect. That's what I love about Virgos. But Virgos, this week is not a good week to try to impress anybody or get ahead. The reason why is people are scattered and unfocused and aggressive. So it's best that you just do your own thing. Stay silent. Don't get involved, okay? In fact, I would encourage Virgos as much as you can. Take personal days. Get out of the office. And you're going to say, well, what am I going to do? I don't have anything to do. Go shopping. And I'm very serious about this. Virgos are heightened with a lot of luxury energy right now. And this is a really good time to give yourself some indulgence. You work hard and you need to have a little fun playing hard as well. So take some time. Maybe you give yourself a few days off. Treat yourself to going to the spa, having a massage, having a facial, manicure. Go shopping, buy yourself a new Louis Vuitton bag. Give yourself some luxury this week because that's really where it's at for you. In terms of personal relationship also, bring your spouse into that luxury or your partner, your romantic partner, even your friends, because you want to indulge them as well. And if you indulge them and you indulge yourself, everybody's going to be happy, okay? Now, you don't have to spend a fortune. Like, for example, you might say, well, Bob, I can't go buy a box of Godiva chocolates for everybody. But what you could do is take your special someone and go to Godiva and buy each of you a truffle. Have you ever had a Godiva truffle? Now, I'm not being endorsed by Godiva, but I'm using this as an example. One Godiva truffle is such a luxury. Oh, they're so rich, you can have one and be totally happy. So give yourself some luxury. Doesn't have to spend a lot, little luxury. Okay. Also highlighted for Virgos this week are issues connected to travel. So it may be a time where you want to get out and just go somewhere and see something and stay at a nice hotel. Your key word this week, Virgo, is luxury. Ooh, I might hang out with the Virgos, get some luxury. All right, our next sign on our wheel is Libra. That's September 23rd to October 22nd. Libras, you have the gift right now of far vision. You've got a lot of Pluto around you right now, which is really helping you to be transcendent and almost omniscient in some ways. You're going to find that people around you right now are so focused on the immediate that they're forgetting things that are going to happen down the road. So consider imparting your wisdom gently, as you always do, and help people to see beyond the immediate. This is going to apply in work as well as in family and personal relationships. In the area of romance also, Libra, this is a good week for connecting with others because you're going to start to see really clearly who you like, who it's going to work with, and who it won't work with. So be open to new people, new relationships, and new beginnings there. Also highlighted for Libras this week are issues connected to pets. So if you're a Libra, you've been wanting to get a little dog or a little bird or a little fish, pet squirrel, rat, mouse, be open to that. Bring a new friend into your life, a pet friend, an animal friend, or even an insect. I know people that have walking sticks as pets. They're really neat. Libra, your key word this week is vision. See ahead, share it, and be blessed. All right, our next sign, Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Scorpios, you share a lot with the Cancers this week. It's not about what you know, it's about how much you care. You're going to find in work that you're going to be called to give opinions this week. Don't shy away from the truth. If things are bad, be honest and in a kind and gentle manner. Say, boss, things are not good in the department, and let me tell you why. People are going to value that honesty. Even though, as I've warned you about the Martian energy this week, if you speak from the heart and with sincerity and non-aggressiveness, then that honesty will be well received. In the area of personal relationships, Scorpio, there's a lot of energy now to really move forward in relationships that have maybe been on hold. Maybe there's somebody you like and you've just been waiting and wondering. Well, this week is a good week for you to kind of step up that game. The secret for Scorpio right now is to speak also like the Cancers from the heart. But share the truth. Don't bend it to make it happy for people. Be truthful. And this is going to bring you success. Also highlighted for Scorpios this week are energies connected to home decor and renovation. So if you want to paint your house or hang some paintings, be open to that. Your key word this week, Scorpio, is honesty. Our next sign, Sagittarius, November 23rd to December 21st. Sagittarius, this is money month. For you guys have a lot of energy all month for, money and going into next month. And what you want to focus on is receiving the blessings that you're due. Sagittarius tends to be somebody who kind of loves to serve people, but they sometimes feel like, oh, I shouldn't take my money or I shouldn't receive money. Sagittarius, accept the blessings. People want to be generous with you right now, and you should receive it. In terms of work, this is a very good week to work on career advancement. Go in and ask for that raise. Apply for that promotion. In the area of personal relationships, also, there's a lot of love energy for you this week. And if you're a single Sagittarius, there's a lot of focus right now of really building a strong connection with people. So you may be surprised. You're going to be like a movie star and have a lot of people chasing you. So if you're single, enjoy the dating. But remember, don't get greedy. Be gentle, be honest, be kind, be focused. Okay. Also highlighted for Sagittarius this week are issues connected to mysticism and occult studies. So Good time to explore spiritualism or astrology or Wicca. All of that's highlighted. Your key word this week, Sagittarius, is prosperity. All right, our next sign, Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. You know, Capricorns, this is a challenging week because you're a natural leader, but this week you may find in work that people are bucking the system. They're not following rules. They're not listening. And you might have to be a little bit of a hardliner this week. Don't go too hard on people. Try to keep in your mind that all this astrological energy is more, some people are more sensitive to it than others. So you're going to have to practice being slow, being grounded, being focused. Speak your truth, but also give people the benefit of the doubt. In the area of personal relationships, same thing. You may find that people that you know you think you're dating or want to date suddenly start acting crazy. Take a deep breath. It's not a sign the relationship's over. There's no real scene here or sense that I see from looking at the alignments of total rupture for Capricorns in relationship. But it's going to require patience and kind of waiting it out and speaking your truth and not necessarily allowing people to get away with bad behavior. Okay. Also highlighted for Capricorns this week are issues connected to home investments. So it's a good time if you want to buy a house, you know, buy a condo, buy a home, look into realty investment options. Your key word this week, Capricorn, is patience. Be patient. You'll get through. Our next sign is Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Aquarius, I'm telling you, you are feeling all of this transit energy this week. And, you know, as an air sign, you just love to communicate. And, you know, this week as we get into, you know, Saturday and Sunday with that moon energy in your time, that's kind of your power time. So this upcoming weekend, you're going to be feeling very charged, very powerful. Now be careful because planet Uranus is your reigning planet, but it's all in negative aspects right now. And so that's not going to really work for you in the most favorable light because there's a lot overruling the normal Uranian energy. So this week, Aquarius, you're going to have to ground yourself down. And I know that's a little hard, especially as an air sign, especially when the energy is moving into your sign. But this week, Aquarius, don't be so gregarious. Don't be so over the top as you can be. Be gentle, be quiet, be focused, be grounded. That's how you're going to get through in work as well as in relationships because it's going to be a little challenging, okay? But Aquarians, you have the far sight. You know, you're oftentimes 10 years ahead of everybody. Keep focused on the far sight of vision and don't let the moment get you down, okay? Also highlighted for Aquarius this week are issues connected to art and art development. So if you've been wanting to practice painting or sculpting, explore that. See where that takes you. Let that ground you down. You know, I recently was working with doing clay sculpting, and I'll talk about that later on in the week. But, you know, if any of you have ever worked with clay, it is very grounding. I see why people love doing clay sculpting and pottery now because I've experimented with it. So I'm going to probably have to do that this week because, you know, I'm an Aquarian, so I got to stay grounded with all y'all. Okay. Anyways, your key word this week is grounded. All right, our next sign, Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Okay, Pisces, you know, you're normally such a social butterfly. You love people, you like entertaining, you're very gregarious. This week, Pisces, you need to kind of, again, be all about you. You've got to really be focused right now on your goals and your success. And it would be very easy for Pisces, particularly in work, to put themselves in a wrong light. Like, for example, you might be just playing around with somebody, but they take it the wrong way, and now they file a complaint against you. Be very careful. It's be better for Pisces just to be kind of self-focused, self-absorbed, stay out of a lot of social activity this week. Now, that doesn't mean you have to live like that forever, just for a few days, okay? And you'll see that that energy starts to balance out around you. In the area of personal relationships, same thing. It's a challenging week, especially for Pisces, because with all that emotional energy that's coming because of that Martian influence, you're naturally more sensitive. You know, Pisces, a lot of empaths are Pisces. And so you may be feeling the brunt of other people's negativity or hostility, but just shield yourself. You know, you don't have to engage with that energy this week. take it light, be gentle with yourself, and if you can, take as many personal days as you can. Also highlighted for Pisces this week are issues connected to fashion and design. So it's a good time for you to, work on just developing a new look for yourself, some new clothes, new style. Enjoy that. Go shopping. Your keyword this week, Pisces, is singularity. Focus on being single and solitary. It could also be solitary, but I'm going to say singularity. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe we went around the big Zodiac wheel? Well, I am so glad you're here. Listen, I have to say it. If you're at a time of challenge in your life, don't give in to despair. Just pause and look to the stars. The stars are above us and about us, and the wheel of the Zodiac is always spinning. And what that means is that each day brings a new alignment, therefore new hope and new power, so that we can move forward. So keep faith, hope, and love in your hearts. Don't give in to despair, and let the stars be your ally on your journey. Guys, I thank you. I thank you so much for being here. I've so enjoyed it. I love you guys. Listen, if you didn't see yesterday's video, we had a wonderful witching hour. I had a great turnout, and we talked about all things magical and Wiccan, and we took questions. Had a lot of good questions last night. A really great show. Y'all seem to really enjoy it. Definitely go there, check it out. Well, guys, also, if you get bored, pop over to my website. I've got books over there. I've got readings for sale. And for those of you who are new, I am a full-time professional psychic medium, and I would love the opportunity to sit down with you and do a private reading. Private reading is a full hour, you and me, one-on-one. We cover everything past, present, future, bring over your spirit guides, messages from them, messages from deceased loved ones. We look at your life mission, your life theme, what you're here to do, and I answer all your questions. So if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, again, the links will be below. You can call me at my office, 571-483-2112. If I'm not there, please leave a message. I will get it. Or you can write to me at my email, readings@robert-hickman.com. That leads to my website, which is www.robert-hickman.com. I hope to hear from you. I'd love to read for you. Let me know, if you want to connect with me. And tell me in the box below, are you going to be okay this week? Are you prepared? Does this horoscope help you prepare for our challenging aspects? I sure hope it has. Tell me what your sign is. I'd love to hear about it. Tell me in the comments section below this video. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Tuesday. What's that? Messages from the spirit world. That's right. For the newbies, that's on Tuesday. We do little mini psychic readings. So you can also put your question for tomorrow's video in the box if you want to ask me a little psychic question. All right, guys. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, may you always blessed be.